From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, we've got baseball coming up for Jackie Robinson Day. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shelby. Chris, today a special day on the Major League Baseball calendar, Jackie Robinson Day. Everyone on the field wearing number 42 to honor Jackie and his breaking of the professional baseball color barrier in 1947 with the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Well, Boog, it's a great day for everyone in terms of just the unity that it helped to bring forth within our country, and a lot of times that's done through sport. But for me, as a black player, when I think about Jackie Robinson and I think about the connection of such a great player and all of the adversity that he had to endure, baseball's hard enough just to play, but then everything sort of on the field, off the field, and how he persevered through that, so inspiring.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the mound for Philadelphia in this one, Jesus Luzardo.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. We'll also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Nice night for baseball here in the city of brotherly love. Here's Nico Horner.
First pitch, 640.
And the 0-1. And that one ripped to left. One down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. In the sixth spot for them in this one, Michael Busch.
Well, right in the middle of this lineup, and that's exactly where he belongs. I mean, he's there for a reason, Boog. This guy, they know they can rely on him, and he's a force, a presence there that, you know, puts a little trepidation in that opposing pitcher. We'll see what kind of impact he has in this one.
Line drive, base hit.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. I always talk about it. Get him knocking your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
So man aboard, and next for the Cubs, Kevin Alcantara. Bregman runs. Swing and a foul out of play. Luzardo, the 6-foot lefty, 220 pounds, and he was a third-round pick back in 2016. Got him. 2 away.
Gosh, here it is. Hit it. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Rooker launched a homer in his most recent game. Bregman off of first with 2 away. Now there's a bullet down the line. Fair ball. Around second is Bregman. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
He really let that ball travel on the outside part of the plate, but that's a great example that you can still drive the baseball that's away. Rip that one down the line for the double.
Seiya Suzuki will hit next. Hitless in the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. Close one. Doesn't get the call. Ball 1. 1, 2 outs. And that one almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Swings through that one.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
The 2-1. In the air, left field. Can't get there. One run will score. A second scores as well, and they lead by 2.
Well, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
That one fouled off. Just missed. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the third and final game of the series. Right side, but that rolls foul. That one missed. Two outs and one in scoring position. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Payoff pitch. Stays alive. And it's second. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. That completes the strikeout, inning over. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the starter for the Cubs, Cade Horton. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. And first offering is fouled off.
No. Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
This one ripped, but foul to the right.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, designated hitter.
And time now for the Phillies lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
First pitch, and he just misses. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Going back on this one. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Batting third, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Trey Turner to the plate. He had the best batting average in the National League last year, Singy.
Yeah, finished the season hitting .304, which is the second lowest average ever by a batting title winner. Only Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski had a lower average to take home the crown back in 1968.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. That one gets down for a hit. So a two-out knock keeps the inning alive.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Fought off foul. Turner off of first with two away. In the air to left center. And that is that. So one hit is all they get. We move on to inning number 2 here in Philadelphia. The Cubbies out in front 2-0. This is Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. We move ahead to the top of the second now. So up now for Chicago, Dansby Swanson. Laser could be extra bases. And that's going to get into the corner. And he'll pull into second safely.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Foul ball there. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the top of the second. That one's upstairs, ball one. Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
Man at second. In the dirt. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Runner at second, nobody out. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. And it's off the wall. The run comes in to score from second, and they take a 3-run lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
And up next for Chicago, Moises Ballesteros. Missed with a changeup. Ball one. One on, nobody out, a run in. You're in the third and final game of the series.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
Strike two. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And that one popped in the air, left field. Kemp takes it in for the out. One away.
Up next for the Cubs, second baseman Nico Horner.
No, that's the ball.
And the 1-0. That's through there for a strike. Man at first, one away. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
The 1-2 spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Got him swinging.
Well-executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Third baseman Alex Bregman.
And now it's Alex Bregman. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. There's a strike. Bregman thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. Base hit center field. And out to aboard.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
First offering way inside, almost got him. Kelly at second. Bregman on at first with 2 down.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2 aboard, 2 outs. That one hammered, but pulled foul. 2-1 now, 2 aboard. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
That one is upstairs.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
2 on, 2 outs. Up the middle. Stop. They limit the damage here. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 3-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the Phillies catcher, JT Realmuto.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Batting
1 out.
Second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. And it's fouled away. Here's the 0-2. And it stays fair.
Well, it certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now it's Alec Bohm. That clips the zone. That's strike 1. Out towards right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Lead runner around second. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Left fielder, Otto Kemp.
High fly ball right field. Suzuki on his way in. pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Batting ninth, right fielder, Johan Rojas.
Johan Rojas stands in for the Phillies.
Ball.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Bottom half of inning number 2.
Ball.
Rojas not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike call will stand. Still one challenge left for them. 2 on, 2 outs. And the sweeper misses.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
And a foul ball. Three-two down. Battling here as he fouls it away. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. And a foul ball, he stays alive. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Payoff pitch. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Phillies leave a couple. They trail it here 3-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
You know, these Cubs showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game. And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That one ripped, but foul. He caught it behind his back. Fires to first, and they get the out.
Up next for the Cubs, right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya Suzuki getting ready to hit. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up.
Too high.
Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Two-0. And a foul ball. The 2-1. Slice down the right side. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Suzuki leads off first with one away.
Ball off the plate.
The 1-1. Ripped to third and caught.
Up next for the Cubs, shortstop Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson stands in. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored.
High.
A 1 down. Left field, way back there. That one carrying. Out of here. Dansby Swanson hits one out. His second of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 5-zip.
Just a nice job. Recognizes off speed as that leg hangs in the air a little bit, but he gets it down, hits against a strong and firm front side, and that's knocking a cheesesteak out of somebody's lap.
I would be upset if somebody knocked a cheesesteak out of my lap, I'll tell you that.
I don't think that's possible. You're too quick.
Ay.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped up. Turner gets under it. And that is that. But two come across to score in the inning courtesy of this two-run homer. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Back at the ballpark, and in this series it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. Marsh,
Ball
the
inside.
leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. And Chris, his home run numbers this season are good enough to rank him in the top 10 in the league. That one's in there. That's strike one. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one away.
Up next for the Phillies, designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
First pitch swinging.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And that one clips the corner. Next one misses. Ball one. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
Turner in the box with two gone, and takes a look at a called strike. The 0-1. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Fights it off. He'll see another. In the air, right field. Suzuki has a beat on it, and that's the inning. So they go quietly there. On to inning number 4. It's the Cubs 5 and the Phillies nothing. This is Cubs baseball on the show Chicago.
Now pitching
Out of the bullpen for the Phillies,
number
Jose
42,
Alvarado. He
Jose
last pitched 2 days ago.
Alvarado. Leading off for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Moises Ballesteros.
That's a strike.
And the 0-1. This to third. Sosa gets it to first, and one gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff
Up next
man.
for the Cubs, second baseman Nico Horner.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner will come up to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one for strike two. Alvarado, in his 9th season, he features a sinker, a cutter, and he occasionally uses a curve. High fly ball, right field. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman Alex Bregman.
Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-2. And a breaking ball misses outside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Two down, nobody on. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And a 1-2 again. On the ground, right side. Whips it to first. And they get Bregman for the out. And the Cubs go 1-2-3. It's the Cubs 5 and the Phillies nothing. Back here in Philadelphia, ready to go, bottom 4. Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. And there's a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Inside, just missed. Gets a piece and stays alive. That one missed. Got him swinging for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. The Cubbies leading by 5. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
No, inside.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
2 down, bases empty. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. 1 for 1 with a single so far. He's in the top 10 for most stolen bases in baseball right now, Siggy. You can't ignore him when he gets on base. That goes to corner.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. Phillies down in order. It's 5-0. Great to have you with us here on Jackie Robinson Day. So up now for Chicago, Kevin Alcantara. You know, Singy, when you think about every player wearing number 42 on Jackie Robinson Day, you can thank Ken Griffey Jr. for all of it. Griffey was the first player to come up with the idea of wearing number 42 back on April 15th in 1997, the 50th anniversary of Robinson's Major League debut. And it's a called strike after the review. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. The 0-1. Fouled off left side. That was also the day that Bud Selig retired his number. And Griffey, who was playing for the Mariners at the time, asked to have his uniform number flip-flopped, switching from 24 to 42. Ball one there. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
That's a strike. And now the 0-1. There's a strike. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Rooker wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and it's going to stay a strike. So they'll lose their first challenge. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jose Alvarado departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
Tanner Banks on to pitch out of the pen here. He's into the game with the bases empty. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. In there for strike 1.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
That's off the inside corner. Ball one. And he grounds one back up the middle. What a stop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Cubs are down quietly as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers.
He's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
This one in the air, center field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Phillies, left fielder Otto Kemp.
So digging in, Otto Kemp. Flied to right his first time.
Ball. Ball.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Everything came together for him. Loud contact, leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Yeah.
One out, the runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. There's a strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Kemp, the runner at second with one away. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Runner at second here, one gone. That misses the zone, and that's ball one. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Marsh
Ball.
up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Runner at second, 2 down. That one fouled off. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Man on second, 2 down. Fouls it off, still 1-2. On the ground to the left.
Foul.
And foul ball. And that one got a piece of him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch.
Hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Strike 1. Two outs, couple of base runners at first and second. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Michael Bush
Leading
digs
off
in
with
down.
Cubs first baseman Michael Bush.
And there's a ball. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Orion Kerkering, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Walker warming up as well. The 1-0. Up
Ball
and
2.
in. Look out. Out towards right center field. Rojas in position. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Cubs, shortstop Dansby Swanson.
That misses the zone. Ball one.
High.
Swings here and blasts one left field. That's going back. Back some more. Going. Gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly.
High.
Swings through that.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with just a little more conviction to get the swing and miss.
One out, bases empty, and a run in, and we're in the top half of the sixth. That one way inside.
No.
Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Sends it to first. Got him.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Moises Ballesteros.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's going to be Moises Ballesteros.
No. Inside. Ball 2.
Next
Ball
offering is
down.
downstairs.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Right through there for a strike. Nice grab to first. Nicely done for the out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 6. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Bottom of the 6th. And now for the Phillies, Trey Turner.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
Foul ball.
You know, these Phils finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations. And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Next pitch is outside. Almost got him. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Oh, great stop. Throw to first, and they get the out.
Up next for the Phillies, third baseman, Edmundo Sosa.
Ball one, no strikes.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Base hit, left center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for the Phillies,
Nice line drive to
catcher,
pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's JT Realmuto.
Here.
Sosa at first, one gone.
Ball one.
The 1-1. To third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
The Phils trying to get back into this one here in the bottom of the 6th. Foul ball there. And that one upstairs, ball one.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
2 on, 1 out. Line drive, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in. And here comes Alec Ball. 1 for 2. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. One out. Runners at first and second. That one fouled off. Oh, 2 now. On the ground, could be 2. Bregman tossed to second, and it's a double play to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. We're through 6 full. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago.
Now pitching.
Welcome back.
Phillies,
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Orion Kirkering. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Leading off for the Cubs, second baseman Nico Horner.
Swings through that one for strike 1. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Kirkering, 24 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2022. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it drops in. And a good start to the inning.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. That line drive isn't going to light up StatCast or anything like that, but it gets the job done. And he just kind of caught it on a weird spot of the bat, but he didn't get cheated with the swing, that's for sure.
Here's Alex Bregman. He swings and fouls one off. Runner on the go.
Ball 1.
No throw. He's in there safely.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. Outside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And it's second. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Oh, look at the stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, center fielder Kevin Alcantara.
Now, Kevin Alcantara. 0 for 3 in this one. And that is out of play. Way out front for strike 2. One away with a runner at third. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. The 1-2. That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter. The 2-2. That's down and in.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Three and two. Payoff pitch. He hauls it in. 2 away.
That takes away the opportunity to score the runner from third with a sac fly. We're talking about a different story if that line drive hits the ground. But he made a good play, and they can get on this thing with one more out.
Right through there for a strike. Runner at third, 2 away. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well, and out of here. A 2-run shot, his 7th home run of the season. And they add on. It's 8-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move. Orion Kerkering won't go any further. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
Taijuan Walker gets the ball now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So 2 down, Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit.
Ball.
The 1-0. Lifted in the air, right center field. Rojas settles underneath it, and that is that. Cubs had 2 on this homer. Still a lopsided affair at 8-1 now. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
For the Phillies, left fielder Otto Kemp.
Just foul. Swings through that one. That misses. And the count 1-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And that's too high. Struck him out without a swing. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Phillies, right fielder Johan
Rojas stands in for the Phillies. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. on the inside corner for a strike.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
The Phillies with a lot of ground to make up here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Ground ball to the right side. Throws to first in time, and the Phillies are set down in order. It's the Cubs 8 and the Phillies 1. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. This offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Bush leading things off and takes a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Here comes the 0-1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And it's a leadoff double as they look to keep pulling away.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Swanson digs in, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris.
No.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th. Two balls, no strikes
inside.
to count. And another ball.
Inside.
Next offering in there for a strike. Strike 1.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Man at second. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Cubs, catcher Carson Kelly.
In the air on the infield.
That's an infield
fly called there.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Moises Ballesteros.
2 aboard with 1 out. So up next for Chicago, Moises Ballesteros. Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. 2 on, 1 out. And that one is downstairs. And now it's even 1-1. That's in there. And now it's even up. Bush on second. Swanson over at first with 1 away. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And a payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Got him. Now 2 out.
Up next for the Cubs, second baseman Nico Horner.
First and second, 2 down. Ground ball right side. Tosses to first. 3rd out. Cubs strand a couple. And it remains an 8-1 game. On to the bottom of the 8th. So here's the Phillies DH. Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. The other way, and he beats the shift. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the Phillies, shortstop Trey Turner.
In the air, left field. Rooker on the move. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Up next for the Phillies.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Well, he's known for that 4-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. And he's limited the damage so far. Nothing too bad. Might stick with this approach.
Sosa, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The Cubs up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the dirt. Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball. Fastball almost got him there. Towards first. Fired to second. Throw to first.
He's in there. He's safe.
Up next for the Phillies, catcher J.T. Realmuto.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Sliced hard but foul. And there's a strike. Now he's challenging the called strike. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Ball.
The 3-1. So
Down.
a walk
Ball four.
puts runners
First
at
base.
first and
Next,
second.
for the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
2 aboard, 2 out. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound.
Now pitching for the Cubs,
Caleb
number
Thielbar
42,
into the game.
Thielbar.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
To the right side, and he can't come up with it. Headed to the plate. He'll score easily. It's 8-2. That's to third. Bregman handles. Fires over to first. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. 9th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 8 and the Phillies 2.
Now pitching. for
Welcome
the
back,
Phillies,
and here comes the
number
closer,
42,
Juan Duran.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of
Leading off
appearance
for
the same
Cubs,
way you
third
would for one in a
baseman,
close game.
Alex Bregman.
Now it's Alex Bregman.
Hey.
Swing and a ground ball. In plenty of time to first. Now 1 gone in the
Up next
9th.
for the Cubs, center fielder Kevin Alcantara.
And a strike right through there. That one in triple digits.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Fires across the diamond, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, left fielder Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
That one finds the zone. 0-2 now.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top of the ninth. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They lead at 8-2. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
And that one ripped to left. Brings it in. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Phillies, right fielder, Johan Rojas.
No.
And the 1-0. Fought off foul. 1 down, base is empty here in the ninth. Here's a high chopper, and that's a foul ball. Oh,
no,
he doesn't get the
ball.
call. Ball 2. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. So now the Phillies down to their final out. Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. The Phils with a lot of ground to make up. We're in the last half of the ninth inning.
Ball.
Here's a 2-0. Ripped, but it curls foul.
It looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, you want to stay up the middle. That way.
They go with the intentional walk, so he's on first with 2 out.
Up next for the Phillies, designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
That one close, ruled the ball. And that's ball 1. Catcher challenge, we'll take another look. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Marsh leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Breaking ball misses down and away. The 1-1. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. One strike away. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better. It makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
8-2 the final here, and the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.